promotion. Win great prizes, living room set, or bedroom set, or kitchen appliance set, plus 2 consolation prizes of AC units. Send in 5 new pack labels or receipts. Labels must belong to at least the new pack canned beans or peas, new pack ketchup, and new pack oil categories. Fill out the tagline, new pack, more than just value. Place your entry in one of the drop boxes at participating outlets. Enter by mail or online at newpackjamaica.com. Time to live sweet. Enter the new pack sweet living promotion, July 13th to September 6th. See the press for more details. Authorized under Section 58.3 of the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Act.
When we are bucket together, it put you in a good mood. Every moment you share is finger licking good.
The Time by KFC is...
Hey everybody, I'm Yendi, and this is Odyssey with Yendi. In this space, we connect with some of your favorite people as they share their journeys. Here we have some unfiltered conversations as we deep dive into their inspirations, motivations, and experiences to inspire our own life journey.
Odyssey with Yendi, brought to you by Grace, Singer, and IslandNet Services.
The Jamaica Debates Commission presents the General Elections Debates in association with Scotiabank, For Every Future, Kendall, The Taste of Quality, Flow, NCB, Arc Manufacturing, Water, Alaska Foundation, Pan Jamaica Group, Miss Birdie, H&L Homes, and VM Group. See the 2 major political parties debate national issues live August 23, 26, and 28 at 9 p.m. It's a political must-see. Don't miss the General Elections Debates presented by the Jamaica Debates Commission. Watch, listen, decide, vote.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
From politics to global events, from social issues to breaking news, Lead Story Prime dives deeper, cuts through the noise, and uncovers the stories that shape your world. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. for Lead Story Prime with me, George Davis, for an hour of incisive analysis, expert interviews, and unparalleled coverage of the issues you care about. Lead Story Prime, your front row seat to the most compelling discussions. Lead Story Prime, where the truth comes first. Only on CVM TV.
Where it all begins. The quest to become great. Inspired by those who went before them, these 4 boys dream of playing in the ISSA schoolboy football competitions.
Will you score this for Casey? Will you score? It's a shot, it's a goal!
And it's a shot, and it's a goal! And KC has won the Manning Cup, and they will play Clarendon College in the Olivia Shield. And that's what you love to see. They may be rivals, but the camaraderie is what it's all about. Can't wait for the final.
When the bus the man, I want to watch my son play finals on CVM, you know.
But mums, you can't watch it on CVM website, man.
Boy, my son score, my son score, my son score, my son score.
Greatness begins here.
Every dream conquered is another dream game. I land and I fly again like a jet plane. Headed straight in your direction, 'cause I'm wiser, one step closer. I'm winning 'cause I work so hard. And the music is to play, and the people them I say we are my show tonight.
internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVM TV.
Let's delve deep into the issues. We'll take you beneath the surface.
Greetings and salutations. My name is Orville Higgins, and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yes.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Arsenal are top of the English Premier League with 6 points from 2 games, a goal difference of +6, but match day 2 is still not yet complete and 38 games have to be played. So it's early days yet, as you would say in football terms. And sticking with football terminologies, we're at the business end of the season in this general election campaign, as Decision 2025 is only 10 days away on September 3. It's debate night 1 in this best of 3 series, if you will. This one will be on social issues. Good evening and welcome to CVM's pre- and post-debate show as we bring you a preview and analysis of the 3 national debates. Now joining me in studio, Matthew White of the Jamaican Association of Debating and Empowerment, JADE, Christoph Simpson, Chairman and First Secretary of Jamaica Left Alliance for National Democracy and Socialism, LANS, the lone rose among the thorns, Sunil Smith, Public Affairs Commentator, and Corv da Costa, Political Strategist. My name is Giovanni Dennis and I will be your host. Now, the last social issues debate featured Dr. Christopher Tufton, Floyd Green, and Kamina Johnson-Smith for the JLP, Lisa Hanna, Raymond Price, and Dr. Dayton Campbell for the PNP. Tonight, only 2 of those 6 remain for the JLP, Kamina Johnson-Smith, and she will be joined by Pernell Charles Jr. and Matthew Samuda, while for the PNP's team, Raymond Price will be joined by Damian Crawford and Sophia Fraser-Binns. Let me start with you, Christoph Simpson. What are the main issues you expect to be asked tonight and answered?
Actually, not entirely sure. The distinction between social issues and economic issues, I think, may be a little arbitrary. In other places, they're understood to be intertwined. I think economic issues in Jamaica have been understood on their own, say, finance and planning. And some of the things that we'll hear tonight, I think, are things that might be in the should really be in the economic side. I wonder if they're going to address housing, or if they're going to address access to certain public services, which are in reality economic issues.
So you're saying for you a lot of the issues are both social and economic. Housing, for example, for you, both social and economic issues that you want to hear addressed?
Definitely. And in those, of course, there are certain demographics that will be more affected by access to certain public services. For example, housing, working class people and youth, and then especially working class youth, are who we'd want housing discussion to revolve around. We have to talk about the environment, which is also an economic thing. What priority do we put on managing the environment for the future versus making certain moves to exploit it for value in the present, like things like that. Where does that fall in social versus economic?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For you, Senator Smith, Christoph mentioned housing. We've had that discussion on housing already. What for you are some of the other issues you want to hear addressed and also asked in this debate?
I'd love to hear them talk about what will be done or how they will approach kind of building out an economy that allows young people to be poised to own their own economic success. And by that I mean personally as well as professionally. I'd love to hear them dissect education, especially I think that education, not just the achievement area, like what are people coming out with, but also how is education reflected in the society? Do we feel like a smarter society? Do we feel like we have a society of critical thinkers? Do we see it? Do we feel it in the society, and not just, okay, we have kids graduating, there are the degrees, but what are the visible achievements, I would say. And I'd love to hear them talk about infrastructure in rural Jamaica. I know we enjoy certain amenities in Kingston and, Montego Bay, but I'd love to see sometimes to travel in some rural parts and it's just, less than ideal. I'd also love to hear them mention, because I think we're in a good place, and I say good as the most basic level, in terms of crime and violence, and I'd love to hear how that will continue to become better, and also from the opposition what their plans would look like.
Corv da Costa, anything different from what you've heard from your first two panelists that you'd like to hear?
I think in our society, education and health are top of mind in terms of social issues. I think after 9 years, the government would be excited to share maybe plans in their manifesto, which we haven't seen, but I think the PNP would be poised to share how they want to lead the country in a new direction, where education is concerned, especially coming around new statistics coming out which are not really positive. So I think for me, education and health.
Education and health. And for you, Matthew?
Can I just say at a base level first, what I expect from the social issue debate is for the PNP to really build out what is the body of the manifesto, our sweeping social platform. It's a sweeping social platform in terms of paying off the student loan debts of teachers, in terms of making housing more affordable for certain essential workers in the economy, a whole lot of social issues. I want to hear them build out that plan and how they're going to afford it, which has been the key critique of the manifesto that has been released to date. And I also want the JLP to build out at a similar level what they believe has been the material impact of their existing social welfare programs on the society as it exists today, because that has been the key critique of this JLP government. But being more specific to you now, I want to hear exactly how constitutional reform and legal reform is going to look in this country, no matter who takes on government. Because I think the conversation we're having about constitutional reform and legal reform in this country is of such a nature that it doesn't matter who forms the next government, we're going to have a serious crisis in terms of getting things to move forward. So I want to hear hope that legal reform, talking about proper progressive rape legislation, proper progressive legislation in terms of the courts, in terms of how we handle certain time-sensitive murder cases, all things like that. I want to hear what each party is going to do to ensure that it's still a key priority for both of them.
And I'll be sticking with you when we come back from the break, because I want to hear from you as well the kinds of tactics each team will have to employ, or the winning team we think will have to employ to be declared the winner. But we are upon the first break here on CVM's pre- and post-debate show. This is Decision 2025 on CVM TV. I'm Giovanni Des. And just before we go, very important question for our viewers. You can participate online with us if you think you have the answer. Decision 2025 hashtag if you want to answer the question here on CVM. How many debates has the Jamaica Debates Commission staged before this one here tonight? How many debates have the Jamaica Debates Commission staged before tonight's debate? If you think you have the answer, I'll share it with you at the beginning of the next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Estimate your duty, perform a track and trace, search for a declaration, Then download the Jamaica Customs mobile app today. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is...
The following is a paid announcement by the Jamaica Labour Party.
This is your country. You deserve to own a piece of it. The Jamaica Labour Party is doing more for you. We've issued over 67,000 mortgages, delivered over 23,000 land titles, and built over 35,000 new homes. We launched new housing programs and reduced NHT rates to record lows. So vote JLP. Put your X beside the bell.
The proceeding was a paid announcement by...
So welcome back to CVM's coverage of the national debates. This is our pre and at 10:30 post-debate show. We're less than 90 minutes away from the first debate on social issues. Now, these are the issues that the Jamaica Debates Commission has given out as a guideline that they want to hear addressed: youth, education, culture, crime, technology and innovation, employment, health and medical care, shelter strategies and town physical planning, environmental management and transportation. So these are the issues that the Jamaica Debates Commission says it wants to hear addressed in the debates. Of course, these would not necessarily be limited in terms of the issues that needs to be covered, but they're expecting that these are some of the questions that will be asked, or questions that have these themes in them. But in terms of the approach from each team, in terms of their tactics, Matthew White from the Jamaican Association of Debating and Empowerment, what tactics do you think the winning team will have to employ to emerge on top for you?
I think the winning team is the team that gives me a mechanistic explanation of why their plan is better, why their plan is economically feasible and responsible, why their plan can work, and why their plan goes further than ideas. And that doesn't mean that they have to be extremely complex in explaining. It means they have to do more than giving me examples. For both the JLP and the PNP, they've both been in government. I'm not going to expect that they've done nothing ever. They've always, of course, there's going to be some success story or singular incident to point towards. But I want to understand why at a fundamental level this specific program is better than the other specific program. Responsiveness and direct contrasting, yes? You can't propose an idea in isolation. You must explain it to me in the context of why it is better than the other thing that's happening and why it is better than what has happened in the past.
And for you, Corv?
I feel as a communication strategist, I'm looking for the team who resonates with the Jamaican people. I think the Jamaican people are struggling as it relates to some social issues. And whilst both, as I said, both teams will articulate what they've done in the past, I think for me, I'm looking for people who have today's solutions for today's problems. And not people who are going to give a word salad talk around the issues, but people who are politicians and leaders who are ready to present real solutions. And I think the Jamaican people are looking for that too.
Yeah. For you, Christoph?
For me, I want to see a coherent vision for the future of the country. As Matthew said, not just talking about the past and actually going in detail about how you're going to implement what you say you're going to implement it. But with all of that, coherence, like a coherent vision of what you're doing. You can't be taking an approach on one thing and then taking a contradictory approach on another thing. You can't be preaching, say for example, social welfare, and you're preaching a model of an economy that the state works for the people, at the same time you want to do mass privatization of land, for example.
Sunil, the teams now, we're just going to looking at the matchup going into this debate. Pernell Charles Jr., Kamina Johnson-Smith, Matthew Samuda. Pernell Charles Jr., Minister of Labour and Social Security. Kamina Johnson-Smith, the Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister. Matthew Samuda, Minister without portfolio with responsibility for water. Senator Sophia Fraser-Binns, she is a spokesperson on the environment. Raymond Price, Damian Crawford, a spokesperson on education. How do you rate the teams?
I think it's a very good representation of academia. I think both teams look very well represented. I'm anticipate a brilliant discussion. I anticipate some drama. I anticipate that, because I know all these folks are very well spoken, you know, so
drama, you have specific persons who you think will be dramatic?
I won't name the specific people, but you know, we're Jamaicans and it is in the fabric of our being to be that way. So I think it will be a very interesting debate.
Yeah. For you, Corvda Costa, the matchups?
I think it's an equal matchup. I think the Charles Jr., Kamina, Samuda, they're big brands from the governing party, and I think they're going up against 3 equal opponents in the People's National Party. I think Raymond will carry the talking points coming out of this debate, and hopefully Damien will zero in on maintaining the substance from the People's National Party, especially from the manifesto. And I do think Senator Fraser is going to bring that measured approach. I don't think she's going to be the entertaining one tonight. She's going to be talking to women and men who are in corner shops tonight.
Yeah. So, as you heard him there, Christoph saying what he expects from the team members on Team PNP, do you have any sort of expectations from some of the speakers on Team JLP?
Not sure exactly what to expect. Rather reserve comments on expectations of individuals. Yeah. But I find it interesting in terms of the composition of the teams. You have on each team, you have 2 persons who have been MP candidates and 1 person who hasn't done that but has been a face for the party in some other way. Not in representational politics, but still being in both. You have a senator on each side and 2 MP candidates on each side.
Yeah. Do the debates make a difference for you, Matthew, especially in the minds of voters? Does it matter? Do they matter?
It depends on what type of voters it is. For Matthew White specifically, I think they're really important. They're going to play an important role in determining who I vote for. I can tell you the numbers for young people, the most recent Don Anderson polls, young persons, for the PNP specifically, are generally undecided. And for the JLP, there's this very small momentum to vote to give them another term in office. So I think if they tune in, the debates will kind of give them that missing information about both political parties. I think for the core believers of both the PNP and the JLP, the debates are going to make much of a difference. And the numbers also point towards the fact that the undecided voters are closing, the gap is closing on undecided voters. Yeah. So I think what we are looking for then are the people that don't generally vote strongly in one party. We're looking at the people in the swing parishes who cannot really say that much about their MP, but are very deeply interested in national policy goals and want to hear if the JLP generally deserves a 3rd term, because that has been the hook of this entire election. Does the JLP deserve a 3rd term? And both parties have bought into that idea.
You seem to want to chime in right here.
Yeah, no. This is, the debates are for the loyal party supporters. This debate is for those supporters because they want to leave the 3 debates saying they have the best debaters or they've won all 3 debates. This is for the loyal supporters and not for the undecided. This is a rallying cry for the loyal supporters. The undecided voters will get some meat and substance out of it, but for the loyal supporters who want the candidates and the representatives to really go out there and represent the party as well.
Do you agree with that, Cindy?
I think that the debates are for people who are interested beyond the excitement and beyond the vibes and beyond the music and the viral moments. I think for younger, older, people who are not so loyal, people who are, I think it's for those people. I think that's the tagline, for people who just want to hear a bit of substance. And I know we're all saying, both sides are saying they love Jamaica, but I want people in listening to this debate understand that love is an action word. And while tonight we'll outline intentions that while they can use it to guide how, which party they would vote for in the upcoming elections, that really and truly the actions will count. I think just tonight we'll establish the intentions, and it's for everybody who would want to listen, because I know that we're in a time now where people are not really so keen on the substance, it's more like the vibes, and one little better vibes over here and a little better vibes over there. So tonight is for people who want something beyond that, beyond the noise.
I want to share some data on this. So the Jamaica Debates Commission did a survey, a post-debate survey following the last general election, and 67% of respondents say the debate should be mandatory. So that says the debate is important in their minds. 57% of respondents say the debates help them make their voting decision. So that's almost 6 out of every 10 persons interviewed. And 11%, that's 1 in 10, a little over 1 in 10, said that they changed their voting intention after the debate. So the debates, in my mind, Christoph, contrary to what Corv is saying, is in fact important, not just for the people who are die-hearted PNP supporters or die-hearted JLP supporters, because people are here saying it changes their mind, it should be mandatory, and also it helps them make their decision for voting. What say you?
It is important for both the party diehards and the persons who are not a part of it. For even the party diehards, or I'd say party loyalists, the diehards are going to vote no matter what. The party loyalists, they will still be looking for a strong performance. So it's a rallying cry in that sense that it is going to actually motivate them. Yes, I'm going to come out and support my party. In some analysis of the 2016 election, even some JLP people didn't expect the JLP to win that election. It's more like the PNP lost that election than the JLP won it, because the PNP failed to really rally its base for that election. So it is important for the parties to be able to motivate the base, and this would be something for that. For the undecided voters, no. For the ones that actually believe politicians and whatever promises they want to make on TV, for those persons...
You say that with a hint of sarcasm. Am I sensing some sarcasm there?
It's not a sarcasm, but I'm not one of those people. So for the persons who want to believe politicians and their promises, I mean, it's nice officially to hold them to something, but for persons who want to believe what politicians are going to promise, it would be important for them, and it would impact who they decide to vote for if they're undecided at this point. But there's another element of it now. When you're looking for substance, to an extent, we already want to do that by looking through the stuff the parties are publishing. The manifesto that PNP already published, the document with all the achievements the JLP says that they've accomplished, and then the manifesto the JLP is going to be publishing as well soon. For those now, you can engage.
And that, does the absence of a manifesto, just quickly, just in about 30 seconds, preclude a balanced debate, I think, from the JLP? They've produced a document saying this is what we have done, completed projects. The PNP have produced their manifesto. Does that affect the JLP negatively in any way, you think?
I don't think so. The JLP knows what they're doing.
Okay, that's it. Cor.
I think it did.
Matthew?
It's unfair.
It certainly did. It certainly does.
Okay, so we'll see what the debates hold. We have just about 2 minutes to go. We have On Stage coming at 8, but just before we go, I will be asking all my panelists, all 4, to give me their grades at the end of the debate. I'm working with a rubric. I'll hold it up here. It's on the Jamaica Debates Commission website, and I'll just go through it if you want, and hopefully we can bring it up on screen. The Commission also published a supplement in both newspapers yesterday. Now, it says, 1, what 3 issues are most important to me? Assess the debate using the following: content. Were your personal issues addressed for both sides? Were your national issues addressed, again, for both sides? Relevance. Did the debaters' responses speak directly to the issues? 5, clarity. Did you understand what was said? 6, were the responses realistic? 7, lessons learned from debate 1 and 8. Has this debate helped you clarify the party